to welcome you to our tour today. For those of you who don't know me very well, my name is Kelsey and I am originally from Chicago. And my husband and I moved to Valencia, Spain last February. We're loving it, it's beautiful, and I have been taking quite a few trips lately, so this is one of the beautiful places that I am so excited to bring you to. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Braga. Nestled in the lush Minho region of northern Portugal, Braga is a city steeped in history and tradition. As one of the oldest cities in the country, Braga boasts a rich cultural heritage dating back over 2,000 years. Known as the Rome of Portugal due to its numerous churches and religious sites, Braga is home to stunning architectural treasures, including the majestic Braga Cathedral, which dates back to the 12th century. Beyond its religious significance, Braga offers us visitors a vibrant atmosphere with charming cobblestone streets, bustling plazas, and an array of cultural events with festivals throughout the year. With its blend of ancient charm and modern amenities, Braga invites us travelers to immerse ourselves in the storied past and vibrant present. Let's check out Braga! Okay, while we explore all of these beautiful things, let me tell you a little bit about religion in relation to Portugal's heritage. Religion has played a significant role in shaping the history and culture of Portugal, with Christianity being the predominant faith since the Roman period. In the early Middle Ages, the Christianization of Portugal was closely linked to the Reconquista, a centuries-long campaign to reclaim the Iberian Peninsula from Muslim rule. The Portuguese monarchy, particularly during the reign of King Alfonso I, Alfonso Henriques, fostered close ties with the Catholic Church and the establishment of monasteries and religious institutions that helped solidify Christianity as the country's dominant religion. Over time, Portugal became known as a staunchly Catholic nation, with the Church exerting considerable influence over both spiritual and secular matters. The 20th century witnessed significant shifts in Portugal's religious landscape, marked by the decline of traditional Catholic practices and the rise of secularism. The Second Vatican Council from 1962 to 1965 prompted reforms within the Catholic Church, leading to changes in religious practices and attitudes among Portuguese Catholics. Additionally, Portugal's transition to democracy in the 1970s brought about greater religious pluralism and tolerance, as the country embraced freedom of religion and welcomed immigrants from diverse cultural and religious backgrounds. Today, while Catholicism remains the dominant faith, Portugal is characterized by religious diversity, with adherents of other Christian denominations, Islam, Judaism, and other faiths contributing to the country's rich religious tapestry. Portugal's religious history is deeply intertwined with its rich cultural heritage, shaped by centuries of influences from various civilizations. Christianity first arrived in the region during the Roman Empire's rule, with evidence of early Christian communities dating back to the early 3rd century. Following the fall of the Roman Empire, the Visigoths and later the Moors occupied the Iberian Peninsula, each leaving their mark on this religious landscape. The Reconquista, a series of military campaigns, led to the gradual Christian reconquest of the territory, culminating in the establishment of Portugal as an independent kingdom in 1139. During the Age of Discovery in the 15th and 16th centuries, Portugal played a pivotal role in spreading Christianity to new lands, particularly through exploration and colonization. Portuguese explorers, driven by religious fervor and the desire to expand their empire and their wallets, established trade routes and missionary outposts in Africa and the Americas. This period saw the spread of Catholicism to far-flung territories, accompanied by the construction of churches, cathedrals, and monasteries to propagate their faith. The Portuguese Empire's maritime prowess and missionary zeal contributed to the global dissemination of Christianity, leaving an enduring legacy that continues to influence Portugal's religious identity to this day. Now, some interesting things to know about religion in Portugal. As we spoke about, the Catholicism dominance. Portugal is predominantly Catholic, with the majority of its population identifying as Roman Catholic. The influence of Catholicism permeates various aspects of Portuguese culture and society. Patron saint festivals. Portugal celebrates numerous festivals dedicated to saints throughout the year. These festivities often include religious processions, music, dancing, and traditional cuisine, attracting locals and tourists alike. Fatima Sanctuary. The Sanctuary of Fatima is one of the most important Marian shrines in the world, drawing millions of pilgrims each year. It commemorates the apparitions of the Virgin Mary to 3 shepherd children in 1917. Religious architecture. Portugal boasts an abundance of stunning religious architecture, including grand cathedrals, ornate churches, and picturesque chapels. These architectural gems showcase various styles, from Romanesque and Gothic to Baroque and Manueline. Semana Santa, Holy Week, is observed with great fervor in Portugal. It features solemn processions, reenactments of the Passion of Christ, and elaborate religious rituals, providing a deeply spiritual experience for participants. Pilgrimage routes. Portugal is home to several pilgrimage routes, such as the Camino Português and Camino de Fátima, which attract pilgrims seeking spiritual growth and reflection as they journey through scenic landscapes and historic towns. Religious art. Portuguese religious art is renowned for its beauty and intricacy, with masterpieces adorning churches, museums, and monasteries across the country. Notable works include paintings, sculptures, and ornate altarpieces. Feast of São João. Celebrated on June 23rd, the Feast of São João is one of Portugal's most lively and colorful festivals. It honors Saint John the Baptist with street parties, fireworks, bonfires, and traditional customs, particularly in Porto. Religious tolerance. While Catholicism is predominant, Portugal upholds religious tolerance and freedom of worship. The country respects and accommodates diverse religious beliefs, fostering a harmonious existence among different faith communities. Spiritual retreats. Portugal offers numerous opportunities for spiritual retreats and contemplative experiences, with monasteries, convents, and retreat centers providing tranquil settings for meditation, prayer, and spiritual renewal. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the history and importance of geography in Portugal. Geography plays a crucial role in shaping Portugal's identity, culture, and economy. Situated on the westernmost edge of the continental Europe, Portugal boasts a diverse landscape that encompasses lush forests, fertile plains, rugged mountains, and stunning coastlines. The country's strategic location along the Atlantic Ocean has historically facilitated maritime trade and exploration, contributing to its status as a global seafaring nation. Portugal's geography has also influenced its climate, with regions experiencing Mediterranean, maritime, and continental climates, fostering the growth of diverse flora and fauna. Portugal's geography has shaped its history and culture in profound ways, from the early seafaring expeditions of the Age of Discovery to the development of regional cuisines and traditions. The country's coastlines, dotted with picturesque fishing villages and sandy beaches, has long been central to its identity, serving as a source of sustenance, inspiration, and recreation for its inhabitants. Inland, fertile valleys and river plains have supported agriculture and settlement for millennia, while mountainous regions have provided refuge and natural resources. Today, Portugal's geography continues to influence its economy, especially the tourism industry, and environmental policies, highlighting the enduring importance of land and sea in shaping this nation's identity. Some important things to know about geography in Portugal. Portugal is the westernmost country in continental Europe, bordered by Spain to the east and the Atlantic Ocean to the west and south. The country's coastline stretches for over 1,794 kilometers, or 1,115 miles, offering a diverse array of beaches, cliffs, and coves to explore. Portugal's highest peak is Mount Pico, located on the island of Pico in the Azores archipelago, rising to an elevation of 2,151 meters, or 7,713 feet above sea level. The Tagus River, the longest river on the Iberian Peninsula, flows through Portugal, dividing the country into northern and southern regions. Portugal's diverse climate includes Mediterranean, maritime, and continental influences, with mild winters and very hot summers prevailing in most regions. The country is known for its rich biodiversity, with national parks and nature reserves protecting diverse ecosystems, including cork oak forests, wetlands, and coastal inhabitants. The Azores and Madeira archipelagos, located in the Atlantic Ocean, are autonomous regions of Portugal known for their volcanic landscapes, lush vegetation, and unique flora and fauna. Portugal's geography has contributed to its reputation as a world-class destination for outdoor activities such as hiking, surfing, birdwatching, and wine tasting. The Algarve region in southern Portugal is famous for its stunning beaches, dramatic cliffs, and picturesque fishing villages, attracting millions of tourists each year. Portugal's geography has played a central role in shaping its cultural heritage, from the maritime traditions of coastal communities to the agricultural practices of rural villages, reflecting the country's enduring connection to the land and sea. What's your favorite part of Portugal? Maybe you have two. Let me know in the comments below. Now, while we walk and see all of these beautiful things, let me tell you a little bit about the Age of Discovery in Portugal. This was known as the Age of Exploration, and it was a transformative period in Portuguese history that shaped this nation's identity and global influence. Beginning in the 15th century, Portuguese navigators embarked on ambitious voyages of exploration, seeking new trade routes, territories, and of course, riches. Led by pioneers such as Prince Henry the Navigator, Portuguese sailors ventured into uncharted waters, mapping coastlines, establishing trading posts, and making significant discoveries that expanded Europe's knowledge of the world. Portugal's strategic location on the Atlantic Ocean, combined with the advancements in navigation and shipbuilding, enabled this country to play a leading role in the exploration and colonization of distant lands, laying the foundation for a vast overseas empire. The Age of Discovery brought profound changes to Portugal, ushering in an era of economic prosperity, cultural exchange, and geopolitical power. Portuguese explorers established trade networks that connected Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas, facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies across continents. Portugal's maritime empire encompassed territories in Africa, Asia, and South America, including Brazil and Macau, contributing to the country's wealth and prestige. The discoveries made during this period, including Goa, revolutionized European perceptions of the world, leading to advancements in cartography, astronomy, and science. The legacy of the Age of Discovery endures in Portugal's national identity, with landmarks, monuments, and museums commemorating the achievements of the country's pioneering explorers. Some interesting things to note about the Age of Discovery in Portugal. Prince Henry the Navigator, a member of the Portuguese royal family, played a key role in promoting maritime exploration and establishing navigation schools in Portugal. Portuguese sailors were the first Europeans to reach the southern tip of Africa, known as the Cape of Good Hope, in 1488, under the command of Bartholomew Dias. Vasco da Gama, his historic voyage to India in 1498, established a direct sea route from Europe to Asia, opening lucrative trade opportunities for Portugal. In the year 1500, Pedro Álvares Cabral discovered Brazil while en route to India, leading to the colonization of the largest country in South America. Portuguese explorers established trading posts and colonies along the coast of Africa and Asia, including in present-day Angola, Mozambique, Goa, and Malacca. The Treaty of Tordesillas, signed in 1494 between Portugal and Spain, divided the newly discovered lands outside Europe between these two nations, with Portugal receiving rights to territories east of a designated meridian. Portugal's maritime empire reached its zenith in the 16th century, with Portuguese explorers reaching as far as Japan and establishing a trading post in Nagasaki. The Age of Discovery led to cultural exchanges between Europe and other regions of the world, with Portuguese explorers bringing back exotic goods, spices, and knowledge from their voyage. The city of Lisbon served as a hub for maritime exploration, with the iconic Belém Tower and monument to the discoveries commemorating Portugal's maritime heritage. The Age of Discovery transformed Portugal into a global superpower and established Portuguese as one of the world's major colonial languages, leaving a lasting impact on world history and geography. As Portugal expanded its maritime empire during the Age of Discovery, the country became a dominant force in global trade and exploration. Portuguese sailors, navigators, and merchants ventured into uncharted territories, establishing trading posts, colonies, and shipping routes that spanned continents. The spice trade, in particular, played a crucial role in Portugal's economic prosperity, with the acquisition of valuable commodities such as pepper, cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg from Asia, driving commerce and fueling European demand for exotic goods. Portuguese explorers also sought to spread Christianity to the newly discovered lands, leading to the conversion of indigenous populations and the establishment of missionary efforts in the regions such as Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Portugal's colonial ambitions and overseas expansion led to conflicts with rival European powers, most notably its neighbor Spain, which contested Portugal's claims to newly discovered territories. The Treaty of Tordesillas, negotiated in 1494, sought to divide the newly discovered lands between Portugal and Spain, with Portugal gaining rights to territories east of a designated meridian, including Brazil and parts of Africa and Asia. However, tensions persisted, resulting in military conflicts and diplomatic negotiations that shaped the course of Portuguese history. Despite facing challenges such as piracy, political instability, and competition from other European powers, Portugal's maritime empire continued to thrive, establishing a legacy of exploration, trade, and cultural exchange that endured for centuries. Some interesting facts for you. As Portugal's maritime empire expanded, the country became a center of cultural exchange and innovation, with Portuguese explorers bringing back knowledge, goods, and ideas from distant lands. The influx of wealth from overseas territories fueled a period of artistic flourishing known as the Portuguese Renaissance, characterized by advancements in literature, music, architecture, and the visual arts. Portuguese artists, writers, and intellectuals drew inspiration from both classical sources and the diverse cultures encountered during overseas expeditions, resulting in a rich tapestry of artistic expression that blended European, African, and Asian, as well as indigenous influences. Despite the decline of Portugal's global influence in subsequent centuries, the legacy of the Age of Discovery continues to shape this country's identity and cultural heritage. The discoveries made by Portuguese explorers opened up new trade routes, expanded geographical knowledge, and facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies between continents. Portugal's maritime achievements also left an indelible mark on world history, contributing to the globalization of commerce, the spread of Christianity, and the development of international relations. Today, Portugal celebrates its maritime heritage through museums, monuments, and cultural events that honor the pioneering spirit of its explorers and the enduring legacy of the Age of Discovery. Okay, while we explore, let me tell you a little bit about the history of art and literature in Portugal. Art and literature have played significant roles in shaping Portugal's cultural identity throughout its history. Portuguese literature dates back to the Middle Ages, with notable works like the epic poem Os Lusíadas by Luís de Camões, which celebrates the country's maritime achievements during the Age of Exploration. The Renaissance period saw the emergence of prominent playwrights and poets, such as Gil Vicente and Luís de Camões, who contributed to the richness of Portuguese literature. During the 20th century, modernist writers like Fernando Pessoa and José Samarago gained international acclaim for their innovative literary styles and profound exploration of Portuguese identity and society. Portuguese art has also flourished over the centuries, influenced by various cultures and artistic movements. From the intricate Manueline architecture of the Age of Discovery to the vibrant azulejo tiles adorning buildings across the country, Portugal boasts a diverse and rich artistic heritage. The 20th century saw the rise of modern and contemporary Portuguese artists like Amadeo de Sousa Cardoso and Paula Rego, who contributed to the country's vibrant art scene. Today, Portugal continues to nurture and support its artists and writers with thriving cultural institutions and events that celebrate the nation's artistic legacy. Some important things to know about Portuguese art and literature. The Age of Exploration inspired some of Portugal's most celebrated literary works, including Os Lusíadas by Luís de Camões. Fado, Portugal's traditional music genre, often reflects themes of love, longing, and nostalgia in its lyrics. Portuguese azulejos are intricately designed ceramic tiles that adorn buildings, churches, and palaces throughout the country. The Portuguese Renaissance produced notable playwrights and poets like Gil Vicente and Luís de Camões. Fernando Pessoa is one of Portugal's most revered poets, known for his use of philosophical reflections on identity. José Samarago, winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature, is celebrated for his unique narrative style and exploration of social and political themes. Amadeo de Sousa Cardoso was a pioneering figure in Portuguese modern art, known for his bold and innovative paintings. The Lisbon Book Fair is a major cultural event that attracts book lovers from around the world to explore Portugal's literary scene. The Calouste Gulbenkian Museum in Lisbon houses an impressive collection of art spanning various periods and styles. Portuguese literature and art continue to evolve and thrive, with contemporary artists and writers making significant contributions to the global cultural landscape. What's your favorite part of Portuguese art or literature? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so I have some fun facts for you about Portugal. Portugal is one of the oldest countries in Europe, with its borders largely unchanged since the 13th century. This country is known for its stunning coastline, boasting over 800 kilometers of pristine beaches. Lisbon, Portugal's capital city, is one of the oldest in the world, predating other European capitals like London, Paris, or Rome. Portugal is famous for its delicious pastries, including pastéis de nata, or custard tarts, and pastel de bacalhau, or codfish cakes. Porto, Portugal's second largest city, is renowned for its production of port wine, which has been produced in the region for centuries. The University of Coimbra, founded in the year 1290, is one of the oldest universities in continuous operation in the world. Portugal is home to one of the oldest bookstores, Livraria Bertrand, which opened its doors in 1732. The country is known for its traditional fado music, characterized by its soulful melodies and melancholic lyrics. Portugal is the largest producer of cork in the world, with vast cork oak forests covering approximately 23% of this country's land area. The Vasco da Gama Bridge in Lisbon is one of the longest bridges in Europe, spanning over 17 kilometers. Portugal is home to one of the largest artificial underwater parks, the Ocean Revival Park, consisting of 4 decommissioned Navy ships sunk to create artificial reefs. The country has a rich maritime history going off of that, with explorers like Vasco da Gama and Ferdinand Magellan playing pivotal roles in the Age of Discovery. Portuguese is the official language of 9 countries, including Portugal, Brazil, and several African nations. Portugal is one of the sunniest countries in Europe, with an average of over 3,000 hours of sunshine per year. The Algarve region in southern Portugal is a popular destination for golf and beach enthusiasts, with numerous world-class golf courses and beaches. Portugal is home to several UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including the Historic Center of Porto, the Monastery of Batalha, and the Tower of Belém in Lisbon. The Portuguese love their seafood, with dishes like grilled sardines, bacalhau à brás, codfish, and arroz de marisco, seafood rice, being staples of the cuisine. The traditional Portuguese folk dance, the vira, is often performed at festivals and celebrations, accompanied by live music and colorful costumes. Portugal has a rich tradition of ceramic tiles known as azulejos, which adorn many buildings, churches, and palaces throughout this country. The Douro Valley in northern Portugal is one of the oldest wine regions in the world, and it is famous for producing port wine as well as excellent red and white wines. The Algarve is home to some of Europe's most spectacular sea caves as well, and rock formations also, including the famous Benahil Cave. Portugal has a long-standing tradition of craftsmanship, with artisans producing high-quality pottery, lace, and leather goods. The city of Évora in southern Portugal is known for its well-preserved Roman temple, which dates back to the 1st century. Portugal is home to Europe's westernmost point, Cabo da Roca, which offers breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean. Last but not least, the Portuguese are known for their warm hospitality and friendly demeanor, making visitors feel welcome wherever they go in the country. Well, because we are in this charming destination, let me tell you a little bit about how Portugal became to be this beautiful region that we know today. In ancient times, this area that is now Portugal was inhabited by various Celtic and Iberian tribes, including the Lusitanians. These tribes lived in small independent communities and were known for their fierce resistance against Roman conquest. In the year 219 BCE, the Romans began their expansion into the Iberian Peninsula, eventually bringing most of modern-day Portugal under their control by the 1st century BCE. The Roman presence left a lasting impact on Portugal, introducing Latin as the dominant language, establishing cities and roads, and promoting trade and agriculture. Now, let me tell you a little bit more about what happened in the Roman times, as this is reflective of the Portugal that we know today. During the times when the Romans were living in Portugal, then known as Lusitania, it flourished as an important province within the entire Roman Empire. The Romans established numerous cities, roads, bridges, and aqueducts throughout this region, contributing to its development and prosperity. Cities like Coimbra Emerita Augusta, or modern-day Merida, in Spain, and Bracara Augusta, or present-day Braga, became bustling urban centers, showcasing Roman architecture, governance, and culture. The Romans also introduced Christianity to Lusitania, laying the foundations for the spread of this religion in this region. One of the most significant legacies of Roman rule in Portugal is the network of roads and infrastructure that facilitated trade, communication, and the movement of troops across the empire. The construction of roads, such as the Via Augusta, which connected Merida to Braga, helped integrate Lusitania into the broader Roman world and fostered economic growth. Additionally, the Romans developed agricultural techniques and introduced new crops, such as olives and grapes, which thrived in the Mediterranean climate of Portugal. Despite the eventual decline of the Roman Empire and the arrival of subsequent invaders, the Roman legacy endured in Portugal, shaping its landscape, language, and culture for centuries to come. After the decline of the Roman Empire, Portugal experienced a series of invasions and occupations by various groups, including the Visigoths and the Moors. The Moors in particular left a lasting impact on the Iberian Peninsula, ruling over much of modern-day Portugal and Spain for centuries. Their influence extended to architecture, agriculture, and language as Arabic words became integrated into the Portuguese lexicon. However, the Christian Reconquista gradually pushed the Moors southward, leading to the establishment of the Kingdom of Portugal in the 12th century. The foundation of the Kingdom of Portugal marked a new chapter in the nation's history. Under the leadership of Alfonso I, also known as Alfonso Henriques, Portugal expanded its territories and asserted its independence from the Kingdom of Leon. The subsequent centuries saw the consolidation of Portuguese power through military conquests, maritime explorations, and diplomatic alliances. The Age of Discovery in particular brought Portugal to the forefront of European exploration, as navigators like Vasco da Gama and Pedro Álvares Cabral pioneered sea routes to Africa, Asia, and the Americas. The period of exploration and colonization established Portugal as a major maritime power and contributed to the country's wealth and a cultural exchange with distant lands. Following the Age of Discovery, Portugal experienced a decline in its global influence due to the economic challenges, political instability, and conflicts with other European powers. The loss of its colonies in Asia, Africa, and South America weakened Portugal's economy and diminished its status as a major colonial power. Additionally, internal strife, including the War of Portuguese Succession and the Liberal Wars, contributed to the political upheaval and social unrest throughout the 19th century. In the 20th century, Portugal underwent significant political changes, including the establishment of the First Portuguese Republic in 1910 and the Estado Novo dictatorship under Antonio de Oliveira Salazar in 1933. The Estado Novo regime lasted until the Carnation Revolution of 1974, a peaceful coup that led to the restoration of democracy and the end of Portuguese colonial rule in Africa. Portugal subsequently transitioned to a democratic republic and became a member of the European Union in 1986, experiencing economic growth and modernization in these following decades. Today, Portugal is known for its vibrant culture, stunning landscapes, and rich history, attracting us tourists and expats from around the world. In the late 20th and early 21st century, Portugal continued its path of political stability and economic development. It consolidated its position within the European Union and adopted the euro as its currency in 1999, further integrating into the European economic and political framework. The country witnessed significant infrastructural improvements, including the expansion of transportation networks and investments in renewable energy. However, Portugal also faced challenges, particularly during the global financial crisis of 2008 and 2009, which severely impacted its economy. The crisis led to austerity measures, budget cuts, and high unemployment rates, prompting social unrest and emigration. Despite these difficulties, Portugal implemented structural reforms and pursued fiscal consolidation efforts, gradually recovering from the crisis. Today, Portugal stands as a stable democracy with a diversified economy, thriving tourism industry, and a reputation for its quality of life and cultural heritage. So, as we explore, let me tell you a little bit about the history and importance of the Portuguese people. Portugal's people are deeply rooted in a rich tapestry of history, culture, and tradition that has shaped the nation's identity over centuries. Descendants of various civilizations that have inhabited this region, including Celtic, Roman, and Moorish influences, the Portuguese people have a strong sense of pride in their heritage. Family bonds hold great importance, with gatherings often centered around delicious meals and lively conversations. Furthermore, hospitality is ingrained in Portuguese culture, with visitors often greeted warmly and treated with genuine kindness. Warm hospitality. Portuguese people are known for their welcoming nature, eagerly sharing their culture and traditions with visitors. Festive spirit. Experience Portugal's vibrant festivals and celebrations, such as the Festa de São João in Porto and the Festa dos Tabuleiros in Tomar. Musical heritage. Enjoy the soul-stirring sounds of fado, Portugal's melancholic music genre that expresses the essence of Portuguese life and emotions. Love for football, or soccer in the U.S. Join passionate football fans in cheering for their favorite teams, with football being a beloved national pastime. Culinary traditions. Delight your taste buds with Portuguese cuisine, renowned for its fresh seafood, flavorful meats, and delectable pastries. Artistic expression. Explore Portugal's artistic heritage through its impressive architecture, traditional cafes, and contemporary art scene. Laid-back lifestyle. Embrace the relaxed pace of life in Portugal, where enjoying the simple pleasures and savoring the moment are cherished values to Portuguese people. Strong community bonds. Witness the sense of community in Portuguese towns and villages, where neighbors support one another and come together for local events. Respect for tradition. Discover Portugal's reverence for tradition, evident in customs like the Festa dos Tabuleiros and the Romaria de São Miguel in Viana do Castelo. Spirit of exploration. Learn about Portugal's pioneering spirit and adventurous people, exemplified by historic explorers like Vasco da Gama and Ferdinand Magellan. Portugal's people are known for their resilience and adaptability, traits forged through centuries of navigating both triumphs and challenges. Despite the country's small size, its people have made significant contributions to the world in areas such as exploration, literature, and science. From the age of discovery to the present day, Portuguese individuals have left an indelible mark on global culture, with figures like Fernando Pessoa, José Saramago, and Antonio Gutierrez exemplifying the nation's intellectual and creative prowess. Furthermore, the Portuguese are proud of their diverse heritage, reflecting a blend of cultures from around the world. This multiculturalism is evident in the nation's cuisine, music, and traditions, which showcase influences from Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Portugal's people embrace this diversity, fostering an inclusive society where different backgrounds are celebrated and respected. In recent years, Portugal has also welcomed immigrants from various countries, enriching its cultural tapestry and further strengthening ties with the global community. Now, let me tell you about some of the most famous people from Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo, widely regarded as one of the greatest footballers or soccer players in the US of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo was born in Madeira in Portugal. He has achieved numerous accolades through his career, including multiple FIFA Ballon d'Or awards and UEFA Champions League titles. Vasco da Gama, a pioneering Portuguese explorer, Vasco da Gama is best known for his discovery of a sea route from Europe to India, opening up lucrative trade opportunities for Portugal and Europe as a whole. Ferdinand Magellan. Although he was born in Portugal, Ferdinand Magellan's expedition to circumnavigate the globe was carried out under the Spanish flag. His voyage, completed by his crew after his death, marked the first successful circumnavigation of the earth. Luís de Camões, considered Portugal's greatest poet, Luís de Camões wrote the epic poem Os Lusíadas, which celebrates Portugal's age of discovery and explores themes of heroism, nationalism, and exploration. José Saramago. A Nobel Prize-winning author, José Saramago is celebrated for his unique narrative style and thought-provoking works, including Blindness and The Gospel According to Jesus Christ. Fernando Pessoa. One of the most significant literary figures of the 20th century, Fernando Pessoa is known for his vast body of work. Maritha. An internationally renowned fado singer, Maritha has helped popularize Portugal's traditional music genre on the global stage with her powerful voice and emotional performances. Antonio Guterres. Currently serving as the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres previously held the position of Prime Minister of Portugal and has been involved in international diplomacy and humanitarian efforts. Amalia Rodrigues. Often referred to as the Queen of Fado, Amalia Rodrigues is considered one of the greatest fado singers of all time, playing a significant role in popularizing the genre both in Portugal and internationally. Pedro Álvares Cabral. A Portuguese explorer and navigator, Pedro Álvares Cabral is credited with discovering Brazil in the year 1500 while en route to India. His expedition led to the colonization of Brazil by Portugal and the establishment of one of the largest countries in South America. Who is your favorite Portuguese person? Let me know in the comments below. As the sun sets over the ancient city of Braga, casting a golden glow upon its historic monuments and bustling squares, it's time for us to bid farewell to this captivating destination. With its rich tapestry of history, culture, and tradition, Braga leaves an indelible mark on all who wander its cobbled streets and explore its architectural wonders. From the grandeur of its Bom Jesus do Monte sanctuary to the tranquil beauty of the Santa Barbara Gardens, Braga offers a multitude of experiences that delight the senses and ignite the imagination. As we prepare for our departure, may the memories of Braga's vibrant festivals, mouth-watering cuisine, and warm hospitality linger in our hearts, serving as a reminder of the beauty and charm found within this ancient city. Until we meet again, may the spirit of Braga continue to beckon us travelers to its storied streets, inviting us to uncover the secrets of its past and revel in the splendor of its present. Thank you for enjoying Braga with me. For a more in-depth look at this location, as well as over 100 locations around the world, check out my Explore with Kelsey tours in the Buy Me a Coffee links in the information below this video. Happy travels! Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for your donations, for your tips, for your PayPals. And as always, thank you for being a part of my traveling family. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye, everyone. Don't forget to follow and like this video for more with me, Explore with Kelsey.